What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I see the title's going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Definitely insane. Definitely insane when it comes down to it. This is how you know right here. This is truly how you know. The simple fact that things are a little bit odd when it comes down to these individuals in Minnesota. This is posted by Nick Sorter, so y'all can find it. Ilhan Omar holds a candle vigil for Alex Pretti. If I'm not saying his name right, I apologize. Regardless of whoever you are, I don't like messing up names. I grew up with people messing up my name. And it's not reckless for the people that's definitely my nickname, and it's definitely a way that came about. But that's a story for another time. It says after it was confirmed, he launched a violent assault on the law enforcement. Just a week before, he passed away. The fact this woman hasn't been denaturalized yet is a huge stain on our country. Check this out right here. This woman literally pulls stunt after stunt after stunt. Let me tell y'all something. One thing about this is that she literally, and when I say literally, what is this? Okay, great. She wanted to go here to get a picture to look good in front of her voters and look good in front of the left. She doesn't care. All she cares about is her money. Truly. Real talk. One thing about it, about this individual, which is, very, very pretty wild to me, says according to his father, Alex believed immigration enforcement actions were wrong and participated in protests. As a result, he thought it was terrible, kidnapping children, just grabbing people off the street. Says, now where have we heard those gaslighting lies before? Tim Walsh, Jacob Fry, Keith Ellison, Ilhan Omar, and others, on the left. And I'm not making up excuses whatsoever for individuals with the actions that they take, but this definitely has a big part of it, and why I say I put a lot of the blame on these individuals. Not only Tim Walsh, Fry, Ellison, Omar, and others, but there's way more others that don't stay in Minnesota, that are pushing this. You have Mondani that has done it before. You have AOC that has done it before. Crockett has done it before. You have these individuals that do this and push this out. And then after it's all said and done and something has happened, that comes out to where, we've heard this before. We've truly heard this before. I wonder where. So a lot of what I'm trying to say is that these individuals definitely have, they put on, and it's definitely sad, that these individuals listen, to them. Ilhan Omar, Tim Walsh, they don't have to do nothing because they have these individuals. When they speak on something and say something, inside this violence, they have individuals that do stuff like this. And it's truly sickening. Truly sickening. Says right here, this is, that groups using an encrypted chat app that U.S. service members use also. Not surprising, Alex Pretti choose to be literally a DT. If y'all don't know what a DT is, I can't say that word, but, I'd have to watch my words. I'm trying to do my best when it comes down to it. Y'all can look up this at Over Targets to read that whole post. But again, I have to watch what I say on here. I definitely do. Says Minneapolis man unalive by federal agents was in a neighborhood ICE watch group. So he was in an ICE watch group. Says that this individual who lives just 1 block away from Alex said he was a member of their neighborhood Signal ICE group chat, which is used to rapidly respond to reports of ICE agents in the area. So you truly see, that things start, to come out. So and I hate to say this. I truly hate to say this. But it's kind of like you just waiting on what's next. What's next? And that's exactly why they need to get a hold of these individuals and what they're doing. Meaning those protesters, meaning Ilhan Omar, Tim Walsh, Fry, and many others. This is why. Because it's like, what are they gonna do next? And I'm gonna go back, to that too, because it's a post, that's literally saying the same thing. This right here, people definitely had, pretty much of a laugh a little bit. And I know it's not, funny about, obviously, individual losing his life, but the way that, Elizabeth Warren said this. Just check it out.
Caring for people was at the core of who he was. He was
he just spit at an agent, by the way.
Capable of causing harm. Alex carried patience,
kicks the light out,
compassion, and calm
and he's really, really mad. So as she's reading this, she's literally saying she's saying the opposite of what he's doing.
As a steady light within him.
Steady light with them, and literally a light falls. The light falls off the truck.
Even at the very end, that light was there.
It was there.
I recognized his familiar stillness.
It was definitely there, but it was also knocked off. I'm telling y'all, I truly do not get it. I truly don't get it. This is a post right here. This is Ilhan Omar, y'all. Ilhan Omar, I have to share this with y'all. I know y'all don't like hearing her voice, but this just goes to show y'all how complete full of shit she is. I have to say it. Check it out.
I wanted to hold this press conference at Carmel Mall to highlight our incredible Somali businesses housed here. We have an extraordinary entrepreneurs who have built amazing businesses. Carmel holds a special place in my heart, and I look forward to visiting every time I'm home. This is one of the places I recommend to visitors who come into our town because it showcases our vibrant Somali community. Carmel Mall is home to more than 100 small businesses, and the owners here have seen a significant decline in business since Trump's Operation Metro Surge began. Community members are afraid to go out as a result of the occupation in our city by ICE. Not only is the federal occupation hurting businesses, the president's reprehensible rhetoric has led right-wing grifters to show up here to terrorize our community.
Let me tell y'all something. The only people that's terrorizing the community is the protesters that are completely acting, crazy. That's the only individuals. I'm not gonna lie, because if they actually let the federal agents do their job, let the police do their job, let the National Guard do their job, I truly feel like everything would go pretty smooth. Truly do.
Hurting small businesses is just the tip of the iceberg. Under the Trump administration's so-called operation,
and then she keeps mentioning these hurting the small businesses. Literally, they're hurting themselves. They got called out by fraud, and what they're doing is they're leaving it alone. Oh, we got to vanish. We got to get this out of here. Burn this. Get this out of here. Get this away. They panicking. Truly panicking.
Metro Surge, constitutional rights are being trampled, families are being ripped apart, and fear is being weaponized to try to beat us into submission. Federal immigration agents are terrorizing our neighbors, stopping people of color, demanding papers, detaining U.S. citizens, and brutalizing Minnesotans in the name of public safety. But we know this is not about public safety or immigration enforcement. It is state-sanctioned violence and political retribution. What is unfolding in our state is not accidental. It is part of a coordinated effort to target Black and brown immigrant and Muslim communities through fear, racial profiling, and intimidation. This administration's immigration agenda is not about law enforcement. It is about making people feel they do not belong regardless of their citizenship.
Let me tell you this. It's not even about that I'm about to sit here and put the blame on Nick Shirley, because, again, he did an amazing job. What it is, they got called out on their BS. and they're investigating it, and they're doing everything they can. And then the Somalians, like what happened is, I'm gonna say that's the only thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna go to the next video because she pissing me off. The thing is that it's one of those things. Okay, boom. This is a situation that obviously we made, and Trump administration, obviously, we're, looking at it, overseeing, we got a lot going on. Then you got Nick Shirley coming in. Well, this doesn't seem right. Let me check this out for myself. And then as he's seeing this, and then other individuals start seeing it, and they got put on that map to where they're doing all these horrible things. Oh, well, boom. I mean, that's on you. I mean, it's just truly on you. These individuals just don't take accountability. They don't. I'm telling y'all. Says right here, turns out Ilhan Omar, husband's investment firm, has no clients and no records of managing money. Goes winery, goes investment firm. I'm telling y'all. Says here, any conservative representative would have been already in jail for what they're doing right now. Check it out.
Okay, that was far-left Congresswoman Ilhan Omar claiming the Justice Department and Congress probing her sudden skyrocketing wealth to $30 million in just 1 year, that they have a problem with her living the American dream. You heard her say the goddamn United States of America. We've got new questions on where she and her husband got all that money. Joining us now, Forbes Media Chair, Editor-in-Chief Steve Forbes. Steve, new information coming in, and Forbes magazine, your magazine, has reported this too, that the state of Delaware and Washington, D.C. canceled the registrations for Omar's husband's investment firm, Rose Lake, for not paying its back taxes. We saw it owed more than $400,000 to Delaware and nearly $1,800 to D.C. She's claiming it's worth $25 million from less than $1,000 a year before. How can his investment firm not afford to pay taxes? It's supposedly worth an estimated $75 million to $150 million. This is really weird stuff.
Well, weird is not the word for it. There's another word for it called crooked. And that's why we have to have an investigation into this. As you know, the Biden administration started examining her finances and that of her husband. And so surprise, surprise, that investigation went nowhere. But it's amazing how people can go into Congress and then become these entrepreneurial investing geniuses, where they come in, she had under $1,000 of net worth, and her husband didn't have much, and suddenly now they're multimillionaires. Is there a money laundering operation here? And in terms of the firms themselves, they have a sketchy background. That winery in California that she and her husband own, where did that come from? Where's the wine there? And nobody can seem to find it. So there's a lot of smelly stuff here, and that's why in the American Dream, her version of the American Dream is the Al Capone version of the American Dream, Tony Soprano version of the American Dream, and that is steal it from the taxpayers. And so there's a lot of stuff here, and so when somebody cloaks themselves in the American Dream, and so you have numbers like this, from minus 1,000 to 30, 40 million, you know something is not right.
Yeah, and she's also like, blaming people, bullying, doing race baiting, race bullying. There's no evidence, public evidence, there's even a winery. She valued it at $5 million. His investment firm is real. It's supposedly real. Its DC headquarters appear to share office space at a WeWork, Steve. There's no track record of his firm managing money, doing M&A deals. No clients we see, investment deals, or any work it's done. They say they do work in 80 nations operating in. There's no SEC registrations for them as investment advisors. What is going on here? This increasingly looks sketchy, both the winery and his investment firm.
Yeah, the winery may not exist, and the firm may be just really a name only, as you say, a WeWork office, big deal. So that's why the investigation needs to be done. And suddenly all that $30 million, I think you're going to find, I'll make a speculation, a prediction, that $30 million came from sources that are illegal, period.
Definitely. One thing about it is that I definitely feel like they're closed in on Ilhan Omar, especially, truly. One thing about it says people immigrate to America to live, the American dream. Somalians did not. The data doesn't lie. Minnesota tells a story, says 42% of all U.S. Somalis live there. 81 to 89% of Somali immigrants' households use welfare. 54% on SNAP versus 7% natives. 73% on Medicaid versus 18% natives. 27% cash assistance versus 6% native. So it's all truly right here, y'all. It's truly all right here with everything that's truly going on between Ilhan Omar, with Tim Walz, with Jacob Fry, with these Somalians. Everything in Minnesota is just needs a complete turnaround. From everything that we're seeing, it just needs a complete turnaround. Truly. One thing about this, and this is exactly what I was just saying. This post, and y'all can go find this at Sadie _NC. Let me actually repost this. Says, pay attention, kids. As soon as the truth came out about Renee Good, they moved on to the 5-year-old boy. When that truth came out, they moved on to Alex. When that truth came out, they've come up with the fake attack on Ilhan Omar. So, again, when I say what's next, what's next? And that's the thing to where they truly have to put a stop to this, because they're just coming out with different things. And one thing about it that I absolutely love is that the facts are there every time something happens. And I truly love that. And I'm truly glad, that I can give out those facts and let it be known. President Trump says jail isn't enough for Ilhan Omar. He calls for even a worse punishment, like I've been saying for a minute. Send her back to Somalia. You send her back to Somalia, trust and believe it's worse than jail. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.